Hello and welcome to Destiny Digits. This is the expression number reading for expression number 8. Guys, so numbers are kind of like personalities that you can step into. And so your expression talks about a potential that you have. And so you have the potential of being a person that is a powerhouse, right? Very courageous and bold. They're a leader. They have no trouble taking charge. These are the managers, the CEOs. Not only can they grow households, but they can grow companies, right? So they can teach other people how to bring abundance to their own life. So these are people that are very good at manifesting wealth and abundance. Material satisfaction is very high up on an 8's radar. Not in a superficial way if things are balanced, but it's important to show as an 8, the fruits of your labor. All right, so let's see what we have out. So first card we have is Winter. It says take care of your needs. I always think about Game of Thrones, winter's coming. And I think this just talks about how things in life, there's an ebb and a flow, right? Sometimes we have a lot, sometimes we have a lot less. And so we kind of have to always anticipate that change is going to come. And so in order to not be caught off guard, we just have to make sure that we are budgeting and balancing and kind of putting we're like squirrels, right? We have little burrows where we've hidden things to protect us. And that doesn't always have to be money. I mean, that can be cases of water, cans of food, bags of rice, right? Dry beans. It can be things like that. But I just, not food but so what are your needs at the moment, right? Whatever your needs are, they could be practical, food, money, but what are your needs? I think this is saying the environment is a little chilly, and so you should prioritize yourself because it may be hard to find what you're looking for when you need it. And so how would you interpret that when you think about people, places, and things, right? Are the relationships that you're currently surrounding yourself in, are they fluid? Are they giving, right? Are you overcompensating for situations that really aren't bringing you the return that you need? Do you need to somehow pull back your energy and your resources and think about long term? So I think about all of that when we're talking about taking care of your needs. Next, we have dream and journey. And so this dream can be interpreted two ways, right? It's the dream that we have while asleep, but then there's also the waking dream, the daydream. And so this talks about your dream space being fair playing field, right? So this is saying, do you remember your dreams? Have you had any prominent dreams? What were they, right? Sometimes it's whole to hang on to them for too long. So attempt to keep a little post-it index card, doesn't have to be anything fancy. Keep something to record things that take place at night, sensations, things you remember, things that stick out. Also, while you are awake, what do you dream of? What would your life look like, feel like, taste like, smell like, sound like if it were as you dreamed it to be, right? So this is about bringing our dreams down closer to the ground, but then also listening for those messages that are vital because they're coming in from the other side and from deep within inside us while asleep. All right, so extra card that comes out, I just want to mention it so far before I put it to the side, is the Nine of Wands. And so this is kind of like being anxious. These 9 wands talk about, 9 battles that you have made it through, right? You've acquired these because these represent some efforts that you made previously. But it's because of these efforts that you tend to doubt what's happening now. Am I capable? Am I able? Can I get through this, right? The good thing about 9 is it's one step from 10, right? So you're almost there. Whatever it feels to be a burden, whatever feels to be too big or too much, whatever seems to be bigger than you, it's not. So just keep that in mind if that's an energy and space you're in. Alrighty. So dream and journey, I left off there. Let's go to the next. We have unlock the magic within. All right, 8. So something is being tapped into. And so that's why your dreams and your journeys need to be alive and living, because they are going to bring something out of you. And so you have to live in that world in order to bring that world to your current reality. At the bottom of that deck, we have Honor Your Inner Knowing, Medicine Mother. And this just talks about really carrying with you sacred wisdom, right? The life that we live now is a continuation of a story that was written and is still being written by us in this current life. And so we have secrets, we have vital pieces of information for our earthly life this time around within us. And so tap into that, realize that you have depth, and that the depth is because of your connection, your lineage to the other side, right? You just know, right? That's that kind of high priestess energy. Not very loud, you're a great listener, but you're also kind of like just receiving through all of your senses and portals. You just absorb information, right? So realize that about yourself. That is going to be a part of whatever unfolds. Okay. So far in the center, we have Two of Pentacles, right? So this talks about the current space that we're in. So we had the Nine of Wands come out as extra energy, kind of being a little anxious, unsure about what's to come, possibly fearful, just not really sure of our own strength and ability to get through this next thing. And the Two of Pentacles talks about being so invested in different things that we really can't settle. Our energy is always needed somewhere. So we're like going around and around. And so this is about lacking balance. But this is an energy that you're passing through. This is not here to stay. And so if you do feel spread thin, this is something that you can get through, right? So we have Six of Wands. And this is about an energy of victory, of leveling up, of getting recognition. And there was a situation where I feel like you had to follow your sixth sense. We have Six Wands, but we also had that Honor Your Inner Knowing. And so something about a sensation that you had within gave you, you followed it. You followed an urge. And this is what gave you some type of advantage. But overall, I feel like this is about having small wins, but what you are really looking for is a big win. And so your energy is it's going different places, but in the past, things have not necessarily been all bad. Now, something in order to move forward needs to be released, right? So this Two of Pentacles, we can't live in this space of juggling forever. So what are we going to let go of? We have the Four of Pentacles here, right? And this is the energy of holding on to something. So Four is about responsibility, security, right? This is something that we determined is stable, and we're not really sure we want to release it or let it go. So what would that mean? What would that represent for you? What is it that you are holding on to with these Four of Pentacles? All right. Yeah, I could talk about an energy of greed, selfishness, but it doesn't always have to be negative. This could also just being kind of proud of what you've accomplished and achieved, and kind of having something to show for, you know, for where you are. But these energies are always changing and shifting. And so what comes after this Four? It's the Five. All right. Okay. So a common theme that's coming up in the reading so far is healing, and this is just kind of a collective thing. And so far we have, a new opportunity. We'll get to it soon. A new opportunity for you to have some type of emotional experience that guides you or pulls you to healing. But I feel like the current situation that we're in, where things are unstable, I feel like because the heart space, our emotional space, is probably jammed up with some type of you know residue, from past situations. And so there are things that you are holding on to that really don't reflect the work you've been doing. And so emotional healing is kind of what brings you to a point of being able to build from a stable playing field. All right. So something needs to be released in order for you to almost level up. Now, beneath the Two of Pentacles, we have a Two of Cups. We also have an Ace of Cups. We have a Page of Cups. And so, eights, I'm just going to say that our heart was invested in something and it played a role in the space that you are in right now. Now, we do have past life here. And so, sometimes the energies, the people, places, things, the relationships that we are living out in this life are a continuation of those stories, you know? And so, listen, last life my name was Stephanie, but this life I'm Crystal. But nonetheless, the energy that I bring in is because we have a story to complete. And so there could have been a significant relationship. We have the Two of Cups beneath the Two of Pentacles. And so twos are about balance. It's about bringing two energies together that aren't necessarily alike, but somehow through harmony, they seem to flow and accommodate and cooperate with one another, right? And so that's what the Two of Cups is about. Not necessarily being the same, but just being willing to blend what you each offer. And so there could have been a situation that you were in, and like I said, this person could have been significant. It could have been a soulmate, and this could have been something from a past life. And the significance of this relationship was to unlock something with you. One of the terrible things is that sometimes to go to the depth of who we are and to recover our greatest gifts, we kind of have to go through some things that jolt us, right? And so relationships have a tendency to do that, especially when we have elevated people and given them roles and titles and we've committed and we've seen longevity, right? We put all of this in. And so when things go a certain way, all of that has to kind of crumble down within us. But if it took 365 days to build up that love, it can also take quite a while to recover and heal. So healing is a priority, right? Give yourself time, be graceful. I feel like there was a relationship, that was offered, and it felt like this was a win. It felt like everything. It was something that you were probably very grateful for. And like I said, it unlocks something within you. This was a relationship that you needed in order to become who you are now and who you're becoming and growing into. And so it's really about being gracious for anything that happens in our life with people where we get to experience love. If we can look at it as practice, as play, as a chance to grow our heart, then we can kind of forgive and kind of grow through things with grace. But this relationship was needed. Now, the influence of the devil. The devil talks about trickery, right? Not really knowing that you're not bound or tied to anything, but feeling like you can't free yourself from something, like, right? Like there's no chains, but what are you chained to? What would the devil have been for you? What would that toxic chain had been for you in this Two of Cups relationship, right? And what can you be grateful for about this connection based on now what you have learned about self? This was a past life connection that was pretty significant. And in some ways, it could have felt devilish, right? And I feel like you need to release whatever whatever things we're holding on to. So whatever the memories, whatever the darkest moments are, whatever habits, addictions, behaviors, whatever we can't let go because of something that we were attached to is not allowing us to progress, right? So you had to live that spirit experience to write a few more chapters about this past life drama, right? And so the chapters have been written. You're regaining balance, right? You're learning to trust yourself. You're learning to trust that knowing. You want to dream again, right? You want to invest your energy in things that give you a return, right? But in order to really let yourself free and take totally off and go as far as you can go, some things have to be released. And so I feel like as you progress and move forward, there are some lingering things that need to be ties that have to be cut in order for emotional healing to really do its job. So this Two of Pentacles, right? That's the overall energy, being able to really stop the busyness and dream again and plan and create the life that we want. Above this, we have the Ten of Swords. So it's like, I see where I'm going. I see what I want to have. I see what I want to create. But these are my investments. But what's hanging over your head? It's the Ten of Swords. That's the energy of just feeling like I'm done. I got nothing. I got nothing left. I put it all out there. And this is where it ended me, kind of like rock bottom. And so I feel like we always have this fear of things going terribly wrong. But that's where that healing comes in, because healing is about having hope, right? Even if I had 49 terrible experiences, I can still trust that the 50th has a 50th% chance of being amazing, right? So it's like having, and it's sometimes it may feel ridiculous, because life can have patterns and cycles. And like I said, you can get the same energies coming back with different faces and different names, but it's like, haven't I done this before? But that's that past, I can't talk anymore, sorry. That's that past life situation going on where we're kind of cleaning energy, right? And we needed that to heal our heart. The heart must be as light as a feather. And so when it is heavy, when it is carrying and holding situations and spaces and people and places and things that it should not be, that stuff needs to get up and get out. And so in come these situations that turn us upside down so that we can rid ourselves of what should not be there, right? And so when you realize that everything is fine, like I can recover, I can do this. When you answer the call, when you realize that there is another opportunity, another possibility, another chance, when you learn how to take care of yourself and put yourself before others, because you're only ever going to be able to offer anyone as much as you offer yourself, right? So as much as you prioritize your own health, well-being, mental health, physical health, right? When you just make yourself important, somebody else will see that and they can only match you. That's only what you're going to bring in. And so this is about really investing energy in self, releasing things that don't reflect your truth, right? So this judgment that comes above this Six of Wands, this is like, listen, everything I've been through was taking me to something, right? I made, that was almost like a rite of passage. It's like, listen, I went through all of that. I learned that I need to prioritize truth and clarity, right? I need to operate in full integrity. I need to only accept truth. I am only going to go forward in this life by living in a way that's really authentic to me. And I need to communicate from the heart. I need to take care of my heart. I need to be gentle with self. And so the Knight of Swords energy talks about speed and change. But I feel like judgment is like given a second chance. A second chance comes in quickly. You're in this rock bottom energy of really not knowing where to go, what to do, how to feel. It's kind of too much, a little overwhelming. And the point of this is like you're getting a new opportunity to take care of your needs and you need to go after it. And you go after it because you're light, you're free. You can travel to new places and do new things and have new experiences because your heart is open. And so when that's the energy you live in comes the Ace of Cups, right? And the Ace of Cups arrive because you've done the work, because you've agreed to heal. What does that look like and feel like? I'm going to read the healing card. But this is kind of like just accepting and agreeing to what has happened, no matter how it feels, but realizing that I need to be gracious for this situation because it made me realize that I do possess an inner knowing. I need to follow my truth. I need to follow that nudge. I need to trust in myself, right? When I can trust myself to lead me in the right direction, then I can really progress and advance. I can bring and attract the people, places, and things that I need to grow, to elevate. And so this Knight of Swords is about like going full speed ahead, but with the energy of full authenticity and being fearlessly you. It's like, now I know I had to get me wrong in order to know how to get me right. And it's when you get you right that you will attract the one that will reflect that back to you. That's the Ace of Cups. I'm going to read the healing card. And remember the Nine of Wands, the being anxious about whether or not you can get through? Of course you can, but it requires a light heart. It requires some type of release. It does require work, trust, but also healing. So let's read healing. Eights, you got money to make, you have things to build and things to create. And so why not heal, right? Why not? What else we have to do? Let's just heal. Okay, I found it. All right, here we go. It says, the Divas of Malachite have shown up for you today to share that profound healing is occurring in your life right now. They have heard your prayers for help and are shining their love and healing medicine upon you. The Divas urge you to be patient and gentle with yourself and accept you are deserving of this love. You may have been feeling unwell, had an injury, or a more serious sickness. This card indicates relief is coming and healing is at hand. Do what you can to help in this healing process. You may be receiving a constant message to slow down, relax, and start to make more healthy choices around your food and lifestyle. It is important that you are open to hear the intuitive message from your soul. See, trust your inner knowing. Sorry, interrupted my own self. It is important that you're open to hear the intuitive message from your soul. It's important to listen and action these changes to assist your healing process. For deep, tangible healing to occur, all aspects of the mind, body, and spirit need to be addressed. The body has an innate intelligence to heal itself, and all you have to do is get out of its way. You can do this by addressing and healing any old, stale emotions and feelings and expand beyond any out-of-date belief systems. You're being encouraged to let go of old ways and let the light of healing into all aspects of your being. Be loving and patient with yourself as you embark on this powerful journey. Okay, 8. At the end, the Ace of Cups is here, right? And when that heart's open and when you love yourself and prioritize yourself in all aspects, mind, body, spirit. We talked about food, right? Physical stuff. This is about a full body healing. Even if an ailment happens, the whole body goes through that trauma, that shock, right? And nothing is for naught. Everything is a sign and connected to something. And sometimes, this is personal, but sometimes we have to go through physical trauma, pain, injury, right? Sudden things that we have no control over because it wakes us up. Right? It wakes us up. But the beautiful thing is that if you're breathing, if you actually woke up, then you're still writing the chapter. Then you're not done. Right? As long as you're breathing, you're still writing. So finish the story. Trust that there's more to come when you lead by your own truth and you're clear and you're intentional, right? When your mind is really attached and trusting where you see yourself going and what you see yourself having. Okay? So always have gratitude and you possess it all. So keep dreaming. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care, 8.